Hi, it's Scottish Mudlarking here with Nicole and Craig. Today we're meeting up with Gail and Alex from the fabulous Northern Mudlarks. We're here in South Queensferry. Let's see how we go, see what we find.
We got an email just the other day from Gail and Alex letting us know that they would be in South Queensferry today. So we jumped at the chance to get over the bridge for the first time in around a year and have a lark with the Northern Mudlarks.
Some really yellowed pieces of glass here, lots of algae on them. This one a bit surprisingly shiny. But there's a nice wee gem of a find here. Nice wee flower on that piece as well. Found something nice?
It's the lid of a toothpaste.
Alright, Nicole's just found the lid of a toothpaste tube, folks. So I think I'll give her this wee piece of pottery to cheer her up. I have a nicer piece for you there.
Alright.
It's a wee piece of pottery.
Oh, that's very nice with a little flower on it. Or two flowers.
Yeah, two wee flowers on it. It's very pretty.
Yeah, I think that'll make a nice pendant.
Yeah.
I found a little bit of milk glass.
Okay, let's have a wee peek.
Mm-hmm.
So immediately seeing this handful, I went, oh right, yeah, that top of a toothpaste tube. As if that was the nicest thing in Nicole's hand.
Yeah. The hope was it was going to be a bead, but no.
No, sadly not. It'd be a very big bead if it was.
Yeah. So that's it so far.
Red glass jewel.
Oh.
Half of one at least. I think it's out of the like some sort of instrument. You know, when you flick a switch and a red light comes on.
Yeah.
And I found a few buttons. That's my second button.
Oh, cool. No, I'm not that lucky. Just a toothpaste.
I found a few bits of pottery and some glass.
Yeah. Do you want to kind of head along that way?
Yeah, that's where the treasures are.
Yeah. That's where the marbles and things are hiding.
Oh yeah. Something hiding.
It's a funny piece. It's got two letters on it, W and M, but they seem to be interchangeable.
Oh, that's upside down.
Oh, okay. Let's be around
I'm
this.
just looking at it's just an ampersand, isn't it? Yeah, so looking at the ampersand. But I see what you mean, it could be, apart from that ampersand, that's pretty much reversible, isn't it?
Yeah, I wonder what it was.
No idea. It's odd, it's kind of bowl shaped, isn't it?
Yeah, it's almost like it's a decorative object. I'll take that.
Yeah, I'll take it along. That's quite interesting. It's quite thin. I mean, it looks like a bottle, but I can't think of a bottle that has that kind of a finish on the glass. What do you make of that?
I'm stumped. I'm not really sure what this is. Don't think we've found anything like this before. Maybe it's not a neck, maybe it's like a Fanta bottle, an old Fanta bottle.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look particularly old, does it?
No, it's relatively thin compared to a pirate glass, so yeah.
Nicole just went, oh. As you know, that means I have to rush in with the camera. Nicole's just found a swing top stopper. You know, and I just walked by there and all I found was a grubby old bottleneck.
Well, you know, it's kind of stuck, so.
Very cool.
Yeah. Shall we take it out? Oh no. Well, you know, on the plus side, we can see inside.
Yeah. You'll get to see how a swing top stopper works, folks.
There we are. That's nice.
Yeah, I see we've been finding bottlenecks of all sorts and colours. This is a big thick old one. There's lots of shiny ones as well. I think the local kids still come here with their bottles. That's a nice one though.
I like this one.
Oh, what have you got?
Oops, it's blue. Oh, and it doesn't want to stay on that shiny bottle.
Oh, well.
You see?
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's grand. Lovely.
We'll take the blue piece.
Yeah, nice wee bit of blue. Could it be a wishing stone? I hope you can hear me. That would be my wish just now, that you can actually hear me over the river. A wee bit of bottleneck there as well. Sorry, always distracted by a bottleneck. But let's see, is this a wishing stone? Oh, it kind of is. You can just see the line come across the top there. Sure if you can see that? The line just traces over here. So it's a wishing stone. Take that.
Okay, yeah, so you reckon that is a wine glass then? It's very chunky wine glass, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's a wine glass. It kind of reminds me of a kick-up. The bit that goes up in old bottles, like if you've got a champagne bottle and the bottom bit goes up, and then there's usually this kind of thing that comes out, but it's a wrong shape for a kick-up, so that's why I'm thinking
too narrow.
Yeah, might be a wine glass top and a bit of blue pottery, seafoam, and a little bit of blue.
Now, what do you make of that? I think it's a wishing stone, but it's barely a wishing stone.
Ah, well.
It's a very fine line, isn't it?
Alright. Oh.
You see the line crosses over the top though?
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that allowed?
Oh, I don't know. It might be unlucky, so maybe we should leave it here.
Oh well, okay. Well, here's another couple of wee bits. If you maybe sort of like kind of make a wish and throw that away.
Move that.
A couple of wee bits of glass here, and I don't think we'll be keeping this piece of pottery, and a nice wee agate.
Alright, yeah, okay, bottom of a plate. Does look like an agate, doesn't it? Yeah, and some nice bits. Cool.
So a couple of nice finds, quite promising.
Yeah, good start. 2 bits of blue so far, so let's see what else we can find. Oh look! You're sitting next to a Vulcanite Stopper.
Oh, I can't believe that. Right, hang on. How unreal is that? So I was filming this
Vulcanite Stopper!
I was filming this really ugly piece of aluminium that's lying here. And of course Nicole comes along and spots a Vulcanite Stopper that I have now just lost.
Yeah, it's right there.
Okay, I'm pointing the camera right at it. I still managed not to see it. Oh, very cool.
Let's see if it's got anything on it.
You can see how well that blends in, right?
Yeah, the black soil, no. Perfectly sea-worn. Nice find.
Very cool find. Much better than that big heap of aluminium I found. That's quite cool.
Found the whole plate.
I think it's modern now.
Yeah, it looks like it's got a dishwasher safe.
There's just that sticking out.
Ah.
Oh yeah, it's like a twin to mine.
Yeah.
I found a little wee button, but...
Oh, that's nice.
It's always interesting to see the boats come in here and to remember that long before that bridge stood there, a ferry used to run back and forth across the River Forth here, right up until 1964. My grandfather used to take that ferry going to work, and so did my dad. So we're here in South Queensferry today, also known as Queensferry, or if you're local, just the ferry. It's home to one of the most iconic pieces of Victorian engineering in the world.
Queensferry, as the name implies, is actually the name of the crossing between the north and the south sides of the River Forth. This place has been an important crossing point long before Kenneth MacAlpine, the King of the Picts, united the kingdoms of Scotland. In fact, this area is host to a Mesolithic dwelling around 10,000 years old. It's potentially the oldest recorded settlement in the UK. The crossing gained its name sometime after 1068, when St Margaret, the Hungarian-born wife of Malcolm III of Scotland, established the ferry as a free crossing for pilgrims travelling north to St Andrews. Ferries continued to cross back and forth between North and South Queensferry for the next 900 years. In 1964, construction of the First Road Bridge ended the days of the ferry crossing here. The world-famous rail bridge was constructed long before this. That bridge might have looked very different had it not been for the Tay rail disaster. Sir Thomas Bush was enlisted to oversee the 4th bridge, though the fatal collapse of his bridge over the River Tay put an end to that plan. After the disgraced Bush fell from favour, Sirs John Fowler and Benjamin Baker were brought on to design this masterpiece of Victorian engineering. We have spoken about Victorian tourism in Fife a few times now, but this is the first time that we've looked at the gateway that carried those tourists across the Forth from the Lothians and into the Kingdom of Fife. On a side note, this bridge was once part of my daily commute between Edinburgh and St Andrews, just as the ferry that once ran underneath the bridge had carried my father and grandfather across this mighty river for years before I was born. There is something about this bridge that gets under the skin of the people who live nearby. For them, it is the bridge. The Edinburgh sci-fi writer Ian Banks' book, titled The Bridge, is based on this amazing and inspiring structure. But it may not have been the first bridge that crossed this place on the River Forth. It is speculated that a much older bridge was constructed during the years of Roman occupation in Great Britain. Although the Roman Empire did not establish itself here in the north as it had successfully done in England, evidence of Roman occupation is clearly present in many parts of southern and central Scotland. It's speculated that a pontoon bridge, that is a bridge constructed of floating barges, may have been constructed and may have aided Roman incursions into Scotland. The 3rd crossing here was opened in 2017, the Queensferry crossing. This new bridge joins the 1890 rail crossing to replace the 1964 road bridge for ordinary, everyday travel. There is so much more to say about the village of South Queensferry. We haven't even said a word about the old pagan-influenced Bury man who walks the streets of the ferry each year during the ferry fair. Well, we'll just have to come back another time for that.
Yeah, the best thing Nicole swim.
You found a swimming badge. I heard swimming award and I thought I must see it.
Yeah. So it's a badge and it says Scottish Swimming Award 200, I guess 200 metres, distance swim.
200 is a distance.
Yeah,
To be fair, it's not a huge distance, but it's still a distance.
Hey, find
Cool
of the day.
find, cool find. Unusual.
Yeah.
I can't begin to count how many shells there are here. An incredible amount of these shells. Nice wee bit of glass in amongst them. There's 2 bottlenecks in amongst all these tiny shells. Now I don't even know what kind. I could be totally embarrassing myself here, but there's some amazing shells. It's a very pretty wee shell. Really tiny. Just to give you a sense of the size, that's my fingertip. Tiny wee shell. Lovely wee thing.
Yeah, the little white one, and there's a little bit of quartz here, some small sea glass pieces. Yeah, we'll take those, so maybe we can fit them in a bottle.
Yeah, they're very pretty.
Uh-huh. That's a nice wee bit. Perfect drop shape.
Yeah, it's beautifully sort of rounded in the sea as well. Really nice we find.
Yeah, really nice elongated shape.
Yeah,
Pendant?
I think so.
Now this piece here, I don't know, it might just be the placement of it, but it looks as if it's beginning to purple. It might not, I could be completely wrong, but I'll take that along anyway. Some more nice sea foam pieces here. Really lovely wee bits.
Loads of stuff here.
There's some beautiful sea glass.
Yeah.
I find this really nice. I'm struggling to see if this camera's focusing just now as well. Autofocus, but that's a really cool colour.
Oh, that's a beautiful aqua, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've not seen one quite that dark. Put it out in the window for a few years.
It'll take quite a few years in Scotland. But yeah, well spotted. That's a really nice wee piece, just lavendering, just beginning to go that nice colour. But yeah, I think we've landed in the corner of the beach where all the sea glass is. It's very cool. But this is just awesome. There's some really beautiful glass here. Just tucked in here, the tiniest piece of blue, not sure if you can see that. Just tucked in underneath a stone there. I'll dig that out. That's very cool. I think that's a button. Quite a big one. Not sure what it would have been from. Really big.
And that one.
Okay. Well, that's very nice. Very good haul. Blue turquoise. Yeah, I found
And
this.
the rest of glass. These are plastic. I'll put them in my
Okay.
pocket.
I found this what looks like a bead. What was that? Oh, funny looking button.
I'm not sure if it's a button or if it's specific tackle or something like
Oh.
that. I don't know.
Could be. Yeah, yeah. It feels like plastic. This one is a bead.
Oh wow.
That's so cool.
Oh.
Yay!
And what shape do you think that was originally?
A pear?
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it's a worn away one of these Buddha beads, but I've got a UV torch. I'll check it and see if this is UV.
Okay, oh, you brought the torch
Moment of
along.
truth.
Oh, I'm not sure. This is the torch is a bit. Not sure.
You brought the tiniest torch possible.
It glows. It glows.
Slightly.
Yeah.
Slightly.
Oh, very cool.
I think you're going to have to do it in the dark.
Yeah.
When your feet glow by any chance.
I think one of the nice things here is we're really spoiled for choice. There's so many really nice pieces of sea glass.
Yeah. I know it's not particularly attractive to look in a plastic bag, but yeah, there's a lot of nice sea glass here, and we'll show you what it looks like in the roundup.
I think a plastic bag becomes a little bit more attractive when it's packed full like that.
Treasures.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
So it's not plastic.
No, I don't. No, it's cool. Like slightly cool
Are
to
you
the touch.
going?
Yeah, I know. I've done that before, but it turned out that yellow piece that I thought was something was a crayon, so I stopped doing the toothpaste. Yeah.
So I've come a little bit further down into the mud here, and I found this quite large section of I'm not sure if that's pirate sea glass. It's certainly quite shiny. Just over here, looks like we might have a bigger piece. So let's see if we can unearth that. Oh wow, cool, very cool. This is a piece with London marked on it. Can we see it? Can we get in focus here for this, please? That's a very cool piece. It's obviously from a London brewery. It's still very shiny. Yeah, but we'll be able to get a clear look at the label. It looks like there's a horse's head on this label. There's some markings, WH, not quite sure which brewery that might be. But that's excellent, that's a really cool find. Very cool. Not that old, no Pontil mark here. But we shall take it along. I'll let Nicole have a peek at that, see what she makes of it. You found the heart of the sea?
Yeah.
I found a very large section of bottle. Well, it's most of a bottle, it's not all of a bottle. I'm not sure how old it is. I don't think it's that old. It doesn't have a Pontil mark, but it has a very thick base.
Yeah, it does. So I'm kind of guessing it's quite old. But yeah, the glass around on the bottle is relatively thin, so maybe it's 30s.
Yeah.
What did you say it said?
It says London on it.
Okay.
It looks as if it's got a brewer's name around the side of that badge.
Oh yeah.
But it's just, is it a W and a U or a W and an O? I can't quite make it out.
It's a W and H, so it might have been, is it white and coal?
I'm not sure. I mean, there is a horse's head on the label as well.
Yeah, okay.
So we're
yes.
looking for something that was produced in London, had a horse's head on the label, and has WO for either the breweries or the bottlers or
WH.
WH, yeah.
White horse?
What?
No, it's not White Horse, is it?
Well, White and Mackay is a whiskey, but it's
yeah.
not brew. It's not
In London.
It's not based in London.
Oh, okay. That should be easy enough to find out.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, maybe we can smooth that off and use it for something. Put some marbles in it.
That's a project. Okay, that's tiny. If it's the heart of the beach, well, okay. It's very pretty though. It's flash glass.
Yeah, it is. It is a perfect heart shape. So
And
quite
it's
like
pink
it.
as well, which is
Yeah.
a good colour for a heart, I reckon.
Yeah.
Nice healthy colour for a heart.
I think it's perfect, no
It's
matter
lovely.
what size it is.
Yeah, no, it's a really lovely wee piece.
Yeah, it is. How cool.
Good find.
Yay.
Well spotted.
A reminder of the day.
Nicole just overheard Alex has found a marble, and it's a lovely one as well.
Oh,
What a lovely marble.
oh, that's nice.
Found a
Well
marble.
found.
It's a little machine-made marble.
Oh, find of the day.
Yay. Oh, it matches your coat.
That's lovely. It's got no markings
It's like
on
a
it
bit of an
whatsoever.
ink, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. It's got that really lovely swirl on the inside. I really like that, you know, when you see where the potter's made the mark. Yeah,
You can't beat that hand.
No,
on
no.
pottery.
really like that.
Oh, this is cool.
We both found one.
Oh, snap!
It's like somebody's lost a wee set. That's so cool.
Oh, ta-da. Now we're
And
really
I found
jealous,
another
aren't
one.
we?
I found another one of those.
Oh, that's so strange.
I think it
Oh.
might be a battery.
I think
Look at
it
the
is a
end.
battery,
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool because
probably
it's still got the rubber seal.
Yeah, so you can probably see the maker's mark.
Yeah, that's very cool. It's been trapped there for a wee while then.
Oh.
Shall we unearth it?
Wouldn't it be good if it was a white?
Oh, it's just one of those plain ones.
Oh, still nice though.
Yeah, it's a good example with its rubber on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one and then a sea-worn one. How funny.
We had a really great day out at South Queensferry, and it was fantastic to meet Northern Mudlarks, Gail and Alex. Thank you so much for letting us know that you were going to be up in South Queensferry and for inviting us to join you. We had a great time, and thanks too for these amazing gifts, really beautiful.
These gifts are really amazing. Let's take a closer look what's inside. Now in this little box, there's one of these amazing little bottles that Gail and Alex made, and it's like a little potion bottle. This is really cool. Thank you. Then we also have this bottle full of beads, and you've probably seen the video where they've made these out of the found glass that they have, and these are all lampwork beads, and Alex suggested maybe I can use some in the jewellery I make, and we are going to use a few of these really special beads in the jewellery pieces that we're going to make later on. So before I get on to making the jewellery, let's have a look at some of the best finds that we had in South Queensferry. We found some really lovely pieces of sea glass in South Queensferry. A lot of it is jewellery quality, just perfectly frosted. Some pieces are even lavender, and if you're wondering why they are lavender, go check out our video on Petit Coubet where we tell you all about how white sea glass turns lavender. We also found a few pieces of lovely blue and that great piece of pottery that Craig found with the two flowers. I think that'll make a really nice pendant. And the wee star is that pink heart of the sea. Super gorgeous, tiny. And there's also a really special piece in amongst all the sea glass. I wonder if you can spot it. Now this is actually a really lovely bead, and it's milk glass and uranium. We think it's from the 1920s, possibly made in the Czech Republic. It might have been a slightly different shape from what you see it now, but it's a fantastic find. We found a few Vulcanite stoppers, and we're going to take a closer look at those now.
As Nicole said, we found these two Vulcanite stoppers in South Queensferry. The one on your right is very sea-worn. We never stood a chance of finding any maker's information on that one. The one that you can see on your left still has that rubber sealed ring on it, so we thought this one might actually give up a maker's mark or a name, something that would allow us to try and track it down. Sadly, as you can see, this is just one of the generic stoppers. One of Nicole's mermaid friends from across the Firth of Forth gifted us this. You can probably see that this one is clearly marked. It's a really excellent find. One of the other things that you might notice is that it has this star. If you're curious about this star, or you've maybe seen it on other breweries or other bottles, we'll tell you a little bit about that in a few weeks' time. If you want to know more about Vulcanite stoppers, have a look back at the video that we did in St Andrews. Nicole covers the topic in some detail there.
The bottle is from the Whitbread Brewing Company, which, in the late 1700s, is reputed to have been the biggest brewery in the world. The image on this bottle is taken from Sir Francis Drake's ship, the Golden Hind. Drake's ship was originally called the Pelican, though it was renamed in 1578 to acknowledge Drake's financier, Christopher Hatton, whose family crest featured a female red deer, otherwise known as a golden hind. The bottle is typically referred to as a black glass beer bottle, and it would have been capped with a Vulcanite stopper. We can date this bottle to around 1910, so it's likely over 100 years old. We had a great time meeting up with Gail and Alex from Northern Mudlarks, and we've decided that we're going to meet up again in a few weeks' time on the other side of this river. Thank you so much for watching, liking and commenting on the videos. If you haven't subscribed yet, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel. Thanks to everybody for helping us out through Etsy, Ko-fi and Amazon. It really makes a huge difference to us, so thank you all so much for that. We'll see you next week.